Oh, we're good now. Looks like you're ready. Go live. Me and Nick did a whole YouTube live without pressing go live on, on
Oh
the
no. Oh no.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
private live.
Luckily, it was recorded, but it was definitely not good.
Oh, yeah, at least it was recorded, man. That's yeah.
Oh, we're good now. Looks like you're
Oh
ready. It was so
yeah,
sad. Me and
that's
Nick did a
crazy.
whole YouTube live. Oh without... man, we got the playback. Where's that coming from? Did you hear that? Hold on one second. Was that from you? Did you have it
Yeah, that
up?
was for me.
Oh, I was like, where the fuck? I was like, where the hell is that coming from? What's going on, everybody? We're about to get started in a minute. I know we had some delays here. To be quite frank with you guys, I was eating breakfast, and that's why there was a delay because my food got delivered late, and I was like, I need to get this meal in. Except, yeah, guys, post in the chat if you can hear us. It's good to be on with everybody. We already got 100 people on here. What's up, Sergio? What's up, Jaspreet? Jaspreet, you've been with us for a long time, I must say. And I see you on almost every call too. Post in the chat where you guys are calling in from, where you guys are located at. Love the energy, Miss T, TFT, the new wave. Let's go, Grand Rising. It's certainly the Grand Rising, Matt. I'll say that
Yeah, we
much.
got we got some good things coming out, guys.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things in the works. I will say this presentation is going to be one of my favorites. I think we did a really good job like encapsulating everything that's currently going on, and we have some big updates that are coming to the platform. So definitely going to be a great presentation. So yeah, guys, post in the chat, guys and gals, I should say. Post in the chat where y'all are calling in from. What's up, Ponzino? Very nice of you to stay up during this time of the night. I think it's like 12 for him or something. It's crazy. If you guys post in the chat at what time it is for y'all, where you're at, what time, because I'm actually very interested to hear, is this a good time for the community update, right? We've been doing 10 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern time for the most part. Considering a lot of clients are actually in London in the European time zone, this is about 4 p.m. for them. So 4 p.m. on a Friday. Obviously, for me, it's 10:45. For you, Matt, it's 7:45, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What time
West
have you been
Coast.
up since?
5:30.
Oh man, this guy's fucking serious.
Gotta rise early.
This guy is not messing around. I was saying to myself last night, I'm gonna wake up, get in my workout before my meetings. Woke up at 7, late. First meeting was 7:30. Very sad. I'm currently very sad.
Yeah, it's never good going right into a meeting. You gotta have some time in between.
Dude, I feel crazy. I'll say that much. I
It's
feel
Friday,
crazy.
Angelo. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll take my break this afternoon and I'll be back at it. So yeah, it
Love
looks
it.
like we've got most everybody in here. So I want to welcome all of you to another community update. This is going to be our July recap. So we're going to go over all latest updates about growth, our products, all of our development plans. We're going to cover some wins with the team, some milestones that we're hitting, and everything like that. For everyone that doesn't know, my name is Angelo, CEO of TFT. So I will be the one going through the presentation. I have the pleasure of sharing this time with Matt, who's our COO. So if you guys don't know, Matt, you've been with us about what now? Since February 14th. So it's just about 5 months?
Yeah, 5.5 months.
5.5 months. So yeah, Matt's coming up on his 6th month with the company. There has been so much going on. We've been growing so fast, which has been obviously amazing. But at the same time, a lot of challenges. So maybe before we get into the presentation, Matt, like considering when you started to where we are now, how you feeling? What's your overall thoughts on everything?
Incredibly confident. I see, I mean, I've always felt very confident about, the funded trader ever since even connecting with you early last year. Angela and I were connecting in a different capacity. And just learning more about what the funded trader was all about, where you got, the success you'd already garnished up until that point. You guys have been on a rocket ship. And what's really exciting is, it's one thing to come up with a really great product and to launch it and for people to, jump in and get excited about it. It's another thing to remain consistent about that and to have a leadership team and really a full organization who is so bought in. So for me, when I look at, joining organizations at an executive level, I really look at, hey, how strong is the team? And the funded trader is incredible. I mean, you've got Angela, you've got Blake, Nick, Carlos, myself as a recent addition to the team on the executive side. And you have all of our support members, our growth team. I mean, it's just tremendous. We have tons of people who are interacting with us daily as moderators. And of course, how can we forget our amazing community and the actual traders themselves who are out there daily making things happen. So in terms of the last 6 months, coming up on my 6 month, 6 months here, I can't feel more confident, more excited. And then seeing the trajectory of our roadmap, things we're going to talk about here today, seeing what we have in the pipeline and everyone rallying behind it, it's just gonna be lit. Honestly, I just cannot wait for where we're gonna be December. Like the December update is that's what I'm looking forward to, because I think we're gonna be able to do a full year review, and it's gonna be really exciting to see where we were January all the way through December, guys. We may not even be recognizable at that time. We're gonna have some really, really cool things coming out.
Yeah, I agree. There's to think where we're gonna be in December, considering where we were 6 months even prior to this. I'd say since Matt joined, how many employees have we hired since you joined?
I mean, we're hiring more right now. I mean, it's remarkable. I think we've 3 or 4x our team.
Yeah, yeah,
That's massive growth inside of 5.5 months.
yeah. And I'd say for the most part, we haven't wasted a lot of resources, wasted a lot of time, which is extremely important. Like I know a lot of people right now on the call, they're wondering whether what we're doing is sustainable, right? Whether with all these product updates and all these payouts being requested, right? Is there or are these guys able to handle everything that's currently going on? And I think bringing Matt on, from my perspective, guys, has really enabled us to add all these new products and have better support team, and really just Carlos and myself, who are the main day-to-day operators of the company, really allowed us to be more organized, more decisive in the way that we're acting and reacting to situations. And it's been a blessing. We've been grateful to have Matt as part of the team. We're looking forward to expanding the team even more. We're gonna get into that later in the presentation. People that are interested in joining the team. There's a lot of different opportunities. So yeah, for us, we're definitely growing like crazy, as everybody knows. I mean, just look at the chat, so many of you in here, and I really believe that this is just the beginning. I mean, even if we've been in service now for about a year and a couple months, year and 3 months, really we're only scratching the surface as to what we can do in this community, and then the broader, obviously, scope of all the different traders that are out there in the world. So that being said, let's get into the presentation. Let's just get started with what the agenda is for today. So we're going to go through, what we like to always go through is just the overall mission of the funded trader, who we are, what we stand for, what are our company values. Next, we're going to talk about a giveaway. So we're going to be doing a giveaway during this session. So we're going to show you guys what the instructions are, what you need to do in order to enter. As you guys know, we love to give things away. It's kind of part of what we do here at the Funded Trader. So yeah, we'll give you guys instructions on that. Big wins, definitely huge announcement that we just or huge milestone that we just hit. So definitely want to mention that here. Product updates. So we're going to go through the projects that are going on with our product. what is the timeline, what is the reason we're doing these things, stats and metrics, how many people have been funded over the last month or so, and then the nobility series. So this is something that we've recently added internally for our employees. So we're trying to recognize employees for their achievements, and every single month we're going to pick one winner, and they're going to get a monetary reward. So let's pretty much get into it. Just an introduction. So our vision has always been to provide the industry leading opportunities for successful traders to gain access to additional capital that will allow them to unlock your financial freedom. We believe everyone and anyone in the world can become a successful trader through proper education, support, risk management, and community. These are the pillars of TFT. Through our platform, many have built a trading empire. We welcome you in joining us. For those that have been with us from the beginning, these pillars have been on our website literally from day one. We're a trading community that allows you to trade our money, and we're built by traders. We are traders ourselves, Blake, myself, Carlos, and Nick. We've all traded almost every prop firm. Obviously there's a lot more that are popping up now, but for the most part, we've traded on all of them. We really understand what everyone wants to see, and we're really listening to our community. I do think the community is the biggest aspect of this company, and getting your feedback is really what I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm always, reading the Discord, always trying to see how we can improve the product. And yeah, it's really just the number one thing. So that's a brief introduction to the company, and we like to just reiterate this on every single community webinar.
And Angela, it's funny. I was interviewing someone yesterday, and they were mentioning, they're like, I don't understand how Angelo sleeps, because he's obviously running the business and he's answering me in Discord privately, like a one-on-one message. So it is really impressive how much, I just wanted to share, it is impressive how committed you are to the community. It's not just like, happenstance, you're not just saying it. It's really inspiring to see that as a leader.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are asking me about, my workflow and my work, how I go about sustaining, this level of kind of effort, right, for the company. And Matt knows this is like just one thing that we're working on. I mean, we're working on a lot of different things, what I'm saying? So this is really just one project, definitely my highest priority, to be working on the funded trader on this project. And to answer your question, to me, it's extremely important to stay very connected to people. Everyone knows, or at least people are learning at this point. If you want to get in touch with myself on a more personal level, like the Discord DM is definitely the place to reach out to me. People try to reach out to me on Telegram, Instagram, even through email, somewhat. And I'm just not answering those as frequently, especially Instagram. Like I just have messages that are unread on there for weeks, and I don't prioritize answering them. So if you want to like message me more personally, you'll hit me up in the Discord. I'll always try to respond. I'm always trying to cater to people's, not like people's needs, but people's kind of issues and concerns. There are people all the time hitting me up that they've had some issues with TFT platform, and I'm always trying to do my best to compensate them. That being said, if you do hit me up and ask for money, I'll just block you immediately. It's just what I do, because I'm very much a proponent of getting a job, and paying your way to these opportunities. So, yeah, if you guys need me at any time, Discord DMs. If not, hit up support on the website. But yeah, I mean, Matt knows I'm extremely committed to what we're doing, because I really do believe that the opportunity that we're creating for people, and not to get too much into my a personal philosophy, I really believe that out of I call it the 98-2. So there's like 98% of people, they're underachievers, they're complacent, they're comfortable, right? They're not taking risks, they're not trying to build themselves up. And there's the 2% of people who are high performers, highly skilled, right? They're producers, essentially. I really believe that through TFT, we're creating a way to funnel people from the 98 into the 2% of people, in our society, to really change people's lives, and monetarily, obviously financially, so they can have the money that they need to position themselves to be in the 2%, whether that's investing and being able to have a larger net or wider net when it comes to just like financial backup plans or whatever, or whatever. So I really believe that through TFT, this platform is creating a crazy opportunity for people to move into, a higher class of living, to have more income, more opportunity. And that's like ultimately why I'm so passionate about it. I mean, there's nothing else that I think I could do that would be as fulfilling as working on this platform. So if you guys, see me and you're like, wow, this guy's effort is off the charts, and you're like, why can't I work like this? You just got to find something that you have as much passion about as I do about TFT, and that it brings you fulfillment, but there's purpose behind it. Like, we have tremendous purpose in what we're doing, right? Like, at the end of the day, this is a business. We're trying to make money. But to me, it's like if my values weren't aligned with things beyond the money, the business would fail. Like, it would just go like this and decline, right? So ultimately, we're going like this because of the fact that our values are so aligned with how can we provide tremendous opportunity, how can we improve the product for the client, right? Not for me, right? At the end of the day, because there's certainly ways that we could improve the product that could line our pockets and line our investors' pockets more than the clients. And ultimately, we're not choosing to do that because it's just not the way to go about creating a platform. So, that being said, let's get into the mission. I see all you guys in the chat. Definitely appreciate all the support with everybody. But let's get into the mission, of our company. So we're out here. We're trying to offer world-class technology, exceptional 24/7 support, customer-centric challenges, and become the destination for the top talented traders all over the world. I mean, that's what's really amazing about what we're doing. I have people ask me, oh, is it only US clients? Where are your traders from? If we were to pull an actual report and see where our clients are actually coming from, it become very clear that this is a global company. There's traders from almost every single country in the world. We do have majority US, like 50% US, but there are traders from literally all over the world, which obviously is amazing. And because of that, it's extremely important that we have 24/7 support. So I'll just let you, Matt, comment on that because you've been working very closely, with the support, and how should I put it? How important do you see having exceptional support, considering we are a global company?
I mean, it's critical. I mean, there's I think everything that we're doing is critical. You can look at any area of our organization and they're all critical pieces, right? So it all adds up to the whole of the funded trader, but the support side, the trader success team, we've obviously got the systems, the protocols, the knowledge center in place. We have great tools, great systems, etc. But the thing that makes exceptional support is the people and their core values. How bought in are they to the funded trader and to prop firms, etc.? How passionate are they about supporting those who have questions or they're having issues, who might feel a little bit frustrated or just interested in getting started and they're not sure how to get started? Those people, they're the ones that are on the front line. And it is a very emotionally charged, challenging position because, we're dealing with people, to your point, Angelo, all over the world, every hour of the day, 24/7, weekends included. And that requires, us to understand how to communicate with people who are of many different ages, many different demographics, backgrounds, languages, right? So it's a very interesting area of the organization because it's very tied directly to the success of our traders and how they feel about our company. Oftentimes, we get tons of really positive reviews on Trustpilot reviews, and that's because our trader success team is so committed to it and they do their job incredibly well that people are willing to say, wow, this team really cares. Well, what does that do for the funded trader? It creates an amazing brand, right? And that's important to us because what you guys say about our team, what you say about our firm really matters. I mean, it's pretty much everything, right? Your brand isn't what you say it is. Your brand is what other people say your company is. So that is why our support team is, we take it very seriously. We're constantly investing in them. We're consistently doing evaluations with them to help, level them up, congratulating them. So there's some really cool things that we have going on in terms of even projects that we're working on to help automate and also expand our support that we're going to get into. But Angela, I mean, would you agree that the support side, I mean, Muhammad's been with us from day one. We've had team members on the support team who have been with us day in, day out since day one, and they've gone through the ringer early on, even more recently. I mean, it's a challenging role to be in, but they're so bought in. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason that we've been so successful in identifying talent, internally and obviously externally, is because of our social channels, right? I mean, through Blake and through Forex League, we have an entire community of traders, and really, what the trader really is a trader is for the most part someone who's maybe extremely skilled in some other area, some other business, some other business capacity, and they're trying to take trading up as a supplemental income, or maybe they don't actually like their current skill set and they're trying to transition out of there. So they're like Matt is seeing very quickly when we put out jobs for hiring. There's tons of people with a lot of talent all over the world, like not just in the U.S. Like we're hiring people from all over the place. So definitely figuring out how we can utilize that talent. And we're going to get into the support aspect of things a bit later on, who we've recently hired, and how you guys can get in touch with us if you're interested. But yeah, support is definitely one of the number one things. And I just want to touch on before we exit this slide. This is, I believe, something that the founder of Walmart said is they only have one boss. The boss is the customer, right? Even though I'm the CEO, Matt's an executive of the company. The reality is, I mean, we have a boss, and the boss is our customers. That's why I'm always in the Discord, polling you guys, getting feedback. That's why I talk to people individually, like in Discord DMs as well, because ultimately I'm trying to get a mood for how people are interpreting things that we're doing, because that's really what's most important. I mean, without the opportunity to present our products to people, ultimately there's no product, and that's why it's extremely important that you guys, continue to give us feedback, and that ultimately we listen. I mean, that's like the number one thing is us listening to you guys. So that's our mission. We're definitely aligned, with everything that we've been working on. And again, we just like to reiterate this on every single community update that we do. That being said, let's get into our company's values. We're a company anchored in integrity and transparency. And we wanted to highlight this one specifically for this webinar, because earlier this month we did a BOGO giveaway, buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off, as I should say. And when we launched it, there was a bit confusion. Originally, for those that don't know, we ran a poll. We asked everybody, these are the four options for a giveaway. What do you guys want to see? Select one, right? Everyone voted for the buy one, get one 50% off. I believe some people were rather confused as to what the actual promotion was. Some people thought it was just 50% off challenges, which, obviously seems too good to be true. And it was, it was that you needed to buy a challenge and then you get a discount code through email for 50% off a $50,000 challenge. Now, a lot of people expressed frustration around this promotion. They wanted to change the promotion. So we ran a new poll asking everyone what you wanted the promotion to be. Everyone decided on the 12.5% off plus a bigger refund. So we elected to change to that promotion. Now, some people had received an email of the previous one, and they were pretty frustrated that the coupon was no longer available. And obviously, we apologize for the confusion, that and the frustration that this might have caused you. But again, we're trying to listen to the community as much as we can. I think it's a lesson, myself can learn from, that if we go in one direction, make sure you properly explain, everything that's going to be going on, what you guys are voting on, so that we don't have to make a change like that. But pretty open about everything that happened. And obviously, if people feel as though they needed a coupon or something, you could message us and we can obviously try to accommodate as much as we can. But yeah, that's one of our values, and one thing this month that we acted upon that reflects what this value actually is. Our second one, we're a company with responsibility to give back to our community. We're going to get into this a little bit later in the presentation. This past weekend, it's kind of crazy how it was this, it feels like it was so long ago. This past weekend, we did a scavenger hunt in New York City. We gave away $20,000. We did a meet and greet with the people that we invited and other people that came out in New York City. We're doing giveaways. There's a giveaway running right now for 310K challenges. We're always giving back to our community. It's something that other companies simply don't do. Other companies simply don't do giveaways, and for us, it's a very easy way for us to provide opportunity to some people who just don't have the money yet to, become involved, and they engage in our community. It's obviously beneficial to us to have more engagement on all of our platforms. So it's really a win-win for both of us. And somebody posted yesterday in the chat that they won a 200K account in a giveaway, and they recently got funded. So it's some people are having success with the giveaways, which is really, really an amazing thing to see. So that's obviously one huge value for our company. Last one, we're a company that pursues excellence and simplicity in all that we do. Me and Matt both, which is why it's so amazing that he is part of the team. We like to live our lives, in pursuit of excellence, definitely not perfection. Myself, I'm constantly locking in, prioritizing my self-care, everything that I need to do to be the best version of myself so I can show up with you guys, always with a lot of energy and everything like that. And it's just such an important thing that we know that if we truly embody this value, it's something that our community will take on as well, as we pour our energy back into you guys. We're going to start to see essentially you guys pursue the same level of excellence and have the same standard that we do. It's just lead by example. So that's another extremely important company value that we do have. So that being said, Matt, I'll leave it to you if you have anything you want to comment on when it comes to our company's values.
Honestly, Ange, I think you did a great job. I don't think I have much more to share on this one.
Cool. All right, so the July giveaway. So every single webinar, we cover a giveaway, or we do a giveaway for you guys. One person can win a 200K challenge. All you need to do throughout the webinar is simply post us on your Instagram story. Post that you're on this session right now. We want to show the people that we're active, that we're currently on a webinar. So get the word out there. Take your phone, take a picture of any slide from now until the end of the webinar. I'll go on Instagram afterwards. I'll check, who has posted us on the story. Make sure to tag the funded trader so we actually know that you posted it. And then I'll just pick one person to win a 200K challenge. We'll send it to you shortly after this. So giveaway is live. Make sure you guys follow the instructions, post on the story, tag the funded trader, and you guys will qualify for the giveaway. All right, so definitely a huge milestone for us is we just hit 10 million in payouts, and as you can see, we very quickly hit 482,000, even more than 10 million. So we are paying people out left and right. Considering we started about 12 months ago, or about not 12, 14 months ago, about 14 and a half months, this is a huge achievement for us. We've seen the payouts scale up drastically in the last couple months. So I can only imagine when we're going to actually hit 20 million. It's going to be much sooner than 10. But really what this number shows to me, it's all the hard work from the support team. It's all of the hard work, obviously, from the executive team, putting a program out there that people can take advantage of. And most importantly, it's really the work that's being done by all of the traders that are in our community. Everybody that's trading with TFT, that are successful, they're exercising discipline, like self-accountability. They have a legitimate strategy in the markets. They've been patient with getting their accounts. They've been patient with getting their withdrawals, right? They've definitely cooperated with us over the last 14 months to get to a point where we have actually achieved this level of payout. So as much as it's on our side, a lot of hard work, it's also a lot of hard work on the side of the clients, the traders, to have the patience to see through this entire process. So I really commend all of you for your effort over the last 14 months to get to this number. It really is a remarkable achievement for our company, and it cannot be said enough. 10 million is really amazing. So I know, Matt, when you came on, I don't know what number exactly we were at, but we've paid out a lot since you actually came on the team. So what are your thoughts around us hitting 10 million in payouts?
This is everything. Like to your point, this is the metric. It's what our why our company exists, right? Our company exists to help traders be successful. And I know this is a massive milestone for the entire company at Funded Trader. I know Angelo, you're the kind of guy where you're already saying in the back of your head, yeah, but we'll be hitting 10 million a month pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that milestone, 10 million in 1 month. But this is big time. And to your point, Angelo, we were I think maybe around 2 million. I could be off on that. So it was a fraction of what this is in terms of payouts when I first came on. These past couple of months have been extraordinary. I think we're averaging about 2 to 3 million in payouts per month right now, which is remarkable amounts of money that are getting paid directly into traders who are working with us. So we're invested in continue to grow, continue to bring more people in, continue to help streamline the process for everyone. But yeah, this is looking at this, it definitely hits. It hits a different way than the other numbers that we look at. Obviously, it's because it's connected to the community. It's connected to our mission and what we're all about is providing this level of, customer centric products and the service and the dashboard, the technology, everything we're working on, guys. It's to help drive this number. This is the number one stat for us. So yeah, it's not saying I'm getting emotional, but it is emotional, right? It's like, dang, like yeah, we're seeing a massive trajectory. And if you guys were on last month, we actually showcased the growth of payouts from all of 2021 to the first quarter of this year to the second quarter of this year, and it's just been exponentially growing. So this is a big month, guys. A really exciting opportunity, exciting time to get involved in the funded trader.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is the number one kind of statistic. In the beginning, we were doing a lot of showcasing the payouts the first couple months. I mean, we're still posting them in Discord, but really at this point, to have it all accumulate to a 10 million mark, it shows that all of our processes, all of our employees, all of our systems are really moving, in a way where we can be efficient and we can hit these types of achievements. I think for us to get to the 10 million a month mark, there's a lot of work that needs to get done internally for us to be able to really get there efficiently, to be able to process that level of payouts efficiently. And we're very transparent with the fact that we're working on many updates when it comes to the technology, and even more recently coming out with Deal for the payouts that actually helps us dramatically in being able to process payouts more efficiently and everything like that. And it also luckily, like for the client, everyone wants Deal. Like it was a huge request from the clients as well. So those are huge wins. Being able to integrate things like Deal and different types of technology that the client likes, and that also obviously helps us out as well. So this number is going to continue to increase month over month. It's just going to continue to grow. But I think it really really is something that we need to showcase, because when we first started, getting to 10 million to some people seemed like a long shot in a way, getting to this number. And Matt knows, for me, I mean, internally, the way that I think, I'm already processing how we can, like you said, 10 million a month, or things even larger than that. But it all starts with today. We have to focus on what we need to do now, so obviously in the future we kind of hit these goals. But it's very important to celebrate things like this.
And Angela, real quick, it's funny. We have so many things to talk about in terms of things we've achieved and big wins for this past month. I didn't put Deal on there, and Deal was a big deal, right? I mean, like getting that out there. This was like a very quick turnaround. It was something we just started talking about. Carlos investigated very quickly, and we implemented it. Do you want to share a little bit about what that project was, why it's so meaningful? Because I know this is something that has been probably one of the most asked for feature requests in all of our community updates. Every single time we do it, we probably have 50 people going, hey, when are you guys doing Deal? When are you guys doing Deal? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for everyone that doesn't know what Deal is, they're basically like a payout platform for employers to contractors. So I guess it's sort of like a payment, not like a gateway, but payment platform, payment processing platform. So the reason why it's a very positive thing, from a trader's perspective, is Deal is integrated with various payment options. For example, PayPal, Wise, Payoneer, Neteller, crypto. So what we can do is we transfer into your Deal account. It sort of acts like your wallet, and then you can process that payout to whichever payment provider that you want to, or exchange account, whatever that you want to. The reason internally why it helps us is Deal actually allows us every single day to just upload a simple CSV file of who needs to get paid out, and then everything gets processed more in a more automated fashion as opposed to sending out payouts more manually. So Deal definitely changes the game for us internally, and that's part of the reason why we're shifting to come out with the instant funding program, is because of the fact that we're able to handle the volume of payouts in a more reasonable, organized way through utilizing the Deal platform. Because with the instant funding, there's going to be a lot more requests when it comes to payouts, because of the fact that people will get their accounts right away, be eligible for payouts right away. The first payout technically can be whenever, based on the rules, which we'll get into. So yeah, I mean, Deal's really, like you said, it's a big deal. It's a huge upgrade, in my opinion, to what we were doing. And yeah, it's been requested a ton. It took a little while for us to be able to come forward with it. But at this point, it's extremely important that we've actually integrated this. And honestly, it's because of you guys. I mean, thank you guys for continuing to reiterate that you wanted this. And literally, this is why our platform is improving so quickly. Like, I see some comments in the chat, like, "Oh my God, TFT from a year ago. Like, I can't believe where it is now." And it's literally just because I'm listening. Like, it's not like rocket science. If you guys want to know how to start a company and how to quickly innovate and how to like really move at a fast pace and improving the product, is you need obviously a base of traders, base of customers, clients. You need to have a community and just gather feedback and just listen. Like, literally read what they're saying, what the improvements need to be. Don't overcomplicate things, and then propose those things to people who can integrate them and that are very good at what they do, and see what's feasible and what's not feasible. And that's how ultimately you're going to create not only a winning product, but I really believe at TFT, like, we're on the trajectory of creating the best product out of any other prop firm. That's my opinion. I've been saying that in the beginning. I said it less and less because we were so early on and there was so many things that we needed to improve. So it was a bit arrogant to say that. But now at this point, considering where we're going and what we have coming out, we're really positioning ourselves to have the best product, in my opinion. And I know the exact things that we need to do to get there. And then it's kind of like once it is what it is, once we have the best product and the truth is like out there, there's no reason not glorifying it and talking about it, because the truth is the truth, Matt. Isn't that right?
That is the truth.
All right, so again, 10 million payouts, big deal. Wanted to share that with you guys. Let's get into the next one. Some big wins, some major accomplishments, and reasons for us to celebrate. So I'll let Matt, you can take over and do this slide.
Fantastic. So this is as we were saying, we've been growing pretty much every single month, growing our team. And we look at really strategic positions. We constantly going through our resumes. We get tons of resumes every day. If you are interested, it's here on the screen, hiring at thefundedtraderprogram.com. I manage that email. You'll get a automatic response, and I go through all the resumes, and I'll reach out if your resume and your cover letter and everything aligns. We'll definitely take a look and invite you for an interview, or at least let you know when a position will be open. But we just brought these two individuals on this month. Shane is our new community manager. Shane has been crushing it. And I know, Angela, you've been working very closely with both Shane and Rusty is our assistant video editor, and Rusty has been crushing it. Yep. I know you've been working with them pretty closely on the growth side. Do you have any comments you want to share about how they've been doing this month and why you believe they're such great assets to the team?
Yeah, so Rusty, more specifically, he's helping us in coming out with reels for the Instagram page. He's also has some different ideas we can do to improve our YouTube content overall. So a lot of people I talk to and that look through TFT's Instagram, YouTube, other platforms as well, they're just like, oh my God, TFT's coming out with so much content right now, right? It's just like you guys are look. It looks like a machine, right, when it comes to the content side of things. And Rusty coming on is really just a testament to how much we are scaling up our efforts to come out with a lot more content. And he had worked with us in a contracted capacity previously, and now he's come on in more of a appropriate role because we definitely require his assistance and everything. So he's helping out with Ales, who is our main editor, and he's been crushing it so far. You can see in his picture, the guy's loving life at the end of the day. So we're happy to have him on the team. And then Shane, he was directly recommended to us by Adam, who's our head of growth, and he's serving the community manager role as of now. What I will say is he's definitely a team player, very, very much attentive to what needs to be done. He's still in the onboarding process, but has been learning very quickly. And his position and his role is extremely important because at the end of the day, everything in my mind and Adam's mind that we need to get out there, that we need to update, whether it's on Instagram, Discord, Telegram, Twitter, right? Any social platform, email marketing. Shane is really helping us coordinate with the graphics designers to get the graphics done, scheduling everything, and just overseeing any type of communication that we need to have. Internally, he's managing one of our project boards, which has a lot of content on there when it comes to the email marketing side of things. So he's been killing it so far. Definitely like looking forward to working with him even more. And personally, I'm trying to make an effort in my free time, even though I have negative free time at this point, to talk with them and obviously get to know them more individually and just help them understand ultimately what the vision is of TFT, of myself, other partners. It's very important that all of them understand the purpose of what we're doing and are very much connected with what our goals are, or else they're just simply going to get lost in the sauce of the company and everything that's going on. So yeah, looking forward to continue to expand the team. Like Matt said, if you have a resume, hit up hiring at thefundedtraderprogram.com. If you do not receive an automated response, please follow up. It means you just went to spam for whatever reason. And Matt is monitoring that email not every day, but frequently. And when we are in need of potential candidates, he's looking through all the resumes and then he lines up interviews. So maybe just give them like a tip on what they should do so that they actually get recognized by you in this process.
Absolutely. So the best chances to get recognized when you submit your resume to the funded trader, you should absolutely have a resume that's cleaned up, well polished. If I see typos or it's confusing or there's really no relevant experience, we tend to not move forward with that kind of a resume. So certainly make sure you've got a resume that is cleaned up and professional. Number two, I look at, did you write a email to me or did you just send me a file in an email with no introduction? If you're doing that, I tend to devalue that submission as well. I still go through every resume, but I'm looking for people who are motivated, who can communicate effectively. The strength of our company really does come down to communication as well. And so that is a huge part of the evaluation process is how are you communicating to us? Are you sharing with us exactly, who you are, what your background is, why you're passionate about the funded trader, the role that you would be interested in. So oftentimes I'll have people just send me a resume and say, hey, I'd be interested in working for the funded trader. Thanks. Okay, well, what's your background, right? I'm looking at your resume. I'm trying to assess, well, where is your interest? And so if you can even help us articulate where you see yourself fitting in within an organization, that's helpful. It's not required. Again, we look at the resumes, but that really helps us move things quicker. And to me, it's about speed. It's about speed. So how quickly can I make a decision of, okay, this is someone that we should talk to versus, I'm not really sure if they're a fit yet. right? So that would be my recommendation is when you do reach out and you share your resume, make sure you provide some context in the email. Some people go above and beyond. And they even provide a well-written email about why they're applying and how they learned about the funded trader. They provide an incredibly polished resume, and they'll even provide a cover letter, right? And I'm not saying you have to do all these things, but when I see just the effort that you're putting into applying to the funded trader, that absolutely makes me feel that you're taking this very seriously, that you're well put together, that you're professional, that you want to join the team. So those would be the biggest tips I have for anyone who is interested. Put in the effort. Don't just send an email with an attachment with no message in the actual email. It's just not professional, and it's not something we tend to take seriously.
Yeah, and just to comment along that as well is be authentic in your response, in your email. We don't need someone to not saying that you're gonna lie, but just like sugarcoating things that are going on, whatever. Just be very authentic in who you are and what you've done. And one thing that personally like I look for, say we're to go through resumes or whatnot, is really glorify what your largest achievement in life can be. A lot of people really fall through the cracks when it comes to applying for jobs that are really talented, because of the fact that their resume, one, doesn't align with the job description, and two, they fail to mention things, life achievements that they might not see as relevant, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe there was something that happened in your life. You worked as an EMT, you saved somebody's life. It shows that you handled a situation with care, with, not compassion, but with a level head, right? It shows that you were able to come through in a serious situation. That's something that's very valuable, as a potential team member. So if you have a life achievement, any life achievement, it really is the number one thing, not for ourselves. This is something that Google does, like with hiring employees, is they will just, what is the biggest achievement in this person's life? What did they show? What did they display in form of like emotional or obviously intelligence and whatnot? Like, how did they show up for that situation to uh, come to that achievement, right? So really put that together. We want to read something and not be bored. Like we want to say, this is someone I want to talk to. This is someone that can handle what we're going to throw at them, right? It's so important to break through and to connect with us, simply through an email. And it's not an easy thing. So a lot of people reach out to me. They're always messaging me, following up, saying, I never heard back, or whatever, right? I didn't get the job. I didn't get the job. Very discouraged. Um, I've been in a situation, several years ago where I was applying for jobs and whatnot, fresh out of college. I was very optimistic, right? I was extremely optimistic that I was going to get a job because I thought that I was valuable, right, to a company, even though I had no, like, barely any skills, right? But I still thought I was very valuable, and ultimately, you guys should think the same way. And that confidence ultimately is going to help you land a job. So, that's my tips when it comes to the team. Obviously, if you're looking to get involved, like we said, make sure to apply to that email.
Yeah, and if you've got any examples that you want to share, like if you're an editor or you do graphic design, et cetera, send us a link to your portfolio or examples. Like show us why we should hire you versus just telling us.
Yeah, and I would say someone said in the chat, articulate yourself, convey it with passion. Not saying that everyone we hire has like an extensive background in education or whatnot, but being able to articulate your thought in a clear and concise way, that is the number one way to get hired, right? It's when we talk with someone and they're all over the place, and it's almost like, what is this person trying to tell me? Because they're not concise with their thought. It's very hard to hire those types of people, unless they show a lot of background, experience and stuff. And even then, it's very difficult. So figure out how to articulate yourself, more clearly on what you're doing, whether that's reading more into, different situations, whatever, right? It's really the most important thing. So let's move on to the next slide. YouTube, we just hit 20,000 plus hours of watch time. This is this to me is it's kind of like the payouts. It's kind of like the payouts and looking at us with payouts 10 months ago. It's like, oh, we hit 1 million in payouts, right? This number is going to grow dramatically. The way that I look at it over the next 12 months, we're just scratching the surface on YouTube, increasing our frequency of posting on there, getting content on there that you guys want to see. I mean, there's so many factors when it comes to posting on YouTube. Really is one of the hardest platforms to grow. Um, but it's, in my opinion, one of the platforms that never changes, is kind of like a constant in the space, and it's really important to be have a presence on there. So for me, I think there's tremendous opportunity to grow. Obviously, good achievement with 20,000 hours plus of watch time. We look forward to bringing more content that you guys actually want to see. Obviously, if there are ideas, if there's things that we're doing that you think need to be improved, voice those opinions in the Discord, post those in the suggestions. Ultimately, like we've talked about several times already, that is what improves, the content and benefits us drastically. So, Matt, I don't know if you have anything to comment on this, but definitely a big thing to highlight here.
Yeah, keep watching, guys. We're gonna have tons of new videos coming out. We've got one, we're gonna be talking more about the scavenger hunt. There's gonna be an exciting video coming out for that. So definitely share, and keep telling us what you guys like about the content that we're posting. We did a poll a few months ago about what kind of content you guys really enjoyed and stack ranked them. So this is something we're really interested in hearing, again, feedback from the community. And we take, this is one of the things we have probably the most fun with is the videos that we're creating, the content we're creating. So yeah, just keep us posted, guys, on what you're liking. Share it, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm sure everyone on today's call clearly is already subscribed and following us everywhere. But this is where you can get all of our latest updates: is YouTube, Instagram, etc. The newsletter. We've got a bunch of different channels, Discord. So yeah, I think overall, this number, let's get it to 200,000. Let's just 10x this below.
Yeah, what's funny is as we're going through this presentation, I'm just sitting here and, with my ADD thinking about like a lot of different things. And one of the things that I'm thinking about is really how right now, I mean, we have 160 people that are currently viewing. Like right now, we already have 500 views on here. That number to me one day is going to be 1,000 people, is going to be 10,000 people, right? And me and Matt are going to be sitting here. Matt's going to have his virtual background. Maybe we'll have the TFT office by then, right? But it's really remarkable, guys, because when we started, I mean, we had 50 people, right? Then we had 75, and then we had 100, and now we had 170, right? Then it's going to be 500, 1,000. So really, I mean, to me, it's just 20,000 plus hours watch time on YouTube, 150 people on the YouTube live. All these numbers are just going to continue to grow, and it's really just because of how persistent we're going to be, really the team behind what we're doing. I see even like Haley just commented in the chat. She's one of our team members who's been crushing it, and it's really them, right? That's ultimately what's going to drive everything forward. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to, like Matt said, more hours, more viewers on all of this. It means at the end of the day, the business is growing, more people are getting access to these like really crazy opportunities. And yeah, like what we're doing is really, really remarkable, in my opinion. So I just look forward to scaling everything up. So TFT NYC Scavenger Hunt, I kind of realized halfway through, I'm like, TFT NYC, that's got a good ring to it. I think we copied NFT NYC. So this was a really interesting event because we had myself, we had Blake, we had Carlos, we had Adam. This is Lewis, one of the traders. This is the guy that works at the place we're at. So we had everyone in one spot at one time, which really hasn't happened. Matt unfortunately couldn't make it. He had, some personal things, some family things, priorities, family. But having Blake, Nick, Carlos, Nick's not pictured, but having Blake, Nick, Carlos, Adam, everyone at the same time together, very important. Everyone wants to meet Blake at the end of the day. And if for those guys that haven't met Blake yet, great guy, I must say. Great guy, fun to be around, right? A pleasure to hang out with Blake. So it was great to have him out there. And what went down there, I will say, was very fun, very interesting. It's something that people just aren't doing at the end of the day. What we're doing with the scavenger hunt and the meet and greets, right? And we went to Medieval Times on Sunday. So we're hosting these events that no one else is doing. We had videographers there. They captured everything, and we're gonna obviously make a vlog about everything that's going on. This is something to me that's very important. Bringing our company, connecting our company physically, in the physical world. Like we're a digital company. Everyone that's trading with us is digital. Everyone that's working with us is digital. We all work remote, which is pretty crazy, right? We're a completely remote organization in every single way, which in this day and age is what it is, right? It's kind of is what it is. But I want to continue to meet people. Like when everyone was at the meet and greet and the scavenger hunt, like I'm making it a priority to go up to everybody, meeting everyone, shaking everyone's hand, letting people know like we appreciate everybody being there. It's extremely important. Building that physical presence around our company is very important. And that being said, like someone asked in here, oh my God, somebody asked in here uh, if we're gonna have the physical office. I mean, it's something that I keep thinking about. We put a poll out where it should be. Everyone voted Miami. Great place, by the way, must say. So everyone voted Miami, and I'd love to have a physical office. I think me and Matt have talked about it. I think it'd be very important to like have the team in a physical office. It's just more collaboration when you're in person. At the end of the day, more ideas that are coming out here. Even though it's very comfortable to work from home, definitely a different environment in the office, and then obviously having traders out as well is going to be very interesting. So looking forward to continuing to do these types of things. For the hunt, we had one person who won, Tommy, great guy right here. So he was the one that. How it worked is we had four teams. We had four teams, 5 people on each team. We gave them a list of like 30 things to do in New York City. We assigned point values to every single item on the list, and then at the end we totaled everything up. The number one thing was to go to this bathhouse and jump in the cold tub, which was like 40 degrees, and everyone was. Tommy was good. Tommy and Lewis were good. Justin and Flip, whose name is Danielle, they did not do as well when it came to the cold plunge, which you guys are gonna see in the vlog, because it sucks. It's so freaking cold. But yeah, Tommy actually won by 50 points. It was 3,000 to 2,950. So we did like a couple recounts, and yeah, Matt, it was close. It was
That's
close.
wild. That's absolutely wild.
It was
Tommy,
so.
man, the luckiest man in the world.
Dude, it was so close. Like, and the reason he won is because one of the things was to go to Collins Castle, which is in like southern New York City, and wear a king's costume in front of the castle and like take a picture. And he originally like took a picture in a Statue of Liberty crown, and we told him no, that didn't qualify. Then he went back, got a full costume, and then took a picture. And then we were like, oh, it works, and that's ultimately why he won because of that.
Wow.
So it was because I was like 200. I think it was 200 points to do that. So he won because of that. It was so fun. He won the cash. He was a bit concerned bringing the cash home on the plane, but we were able to work it out. Apparently, you can bring up to $100,000 cash on an airline. So he was good. So he was obviously very excited. The person that came in second place, I actually felt bad for them, so we gave them 5,000 because the guy was so close. He was 50. He was 50 away, and like going from 20,000 to nothing is pretty big jump. You know what I mean? So we had to give him the consolation prize. He was excited about that. Again, very very excited that we had our guy Blake out there. I know pretty much everyone knows or found out about us through Blake. I mean, most people on the call obviously know Blake, and he's a thought leader in the space. At the end of the day, he's driving strategy of our company and whatnot. So we were very excited to have him out. It was good to for everyone to meet him, and obviously some of the traders to meet him. So more events like this coming soon. This month with the vlog, I think I'm doing a vlog for myself, like a day in the life or something. But yeah, definitely more in-person events. They're going to be very important here moving forward. So let's get into product updates. This pretty much is like the most important thing, in this presentation. So Matt, I'll leave it to you, and then I'll add some comments in this one.
Fantastic. So yeah, we got some really cool things coming out here, guys, even from last month. So we definitely released some cool things, like we talked about the deal technology coming out, that integration. But one of the things that will be coming out next week, it's supposed to be, yeah, it will be August 1st will be Monday, is our resolution bot. So one of the things we looked at is we get a lot of very common questions from to our support team that are typically answered through our knowledge center, or we have forms where people can submit requests to update their account, etc. So there's a lot of these common requests that come in, and it kind of floods our support team. And so a way that we're going to move forward is we're going to help create more of a self-serve process for very simple questions and issues that people have through a resolution bot. Now, everyone will still have the opportunity to still connect with our direct support team, obviously. So we're not removing that component. The idea is that this should be a value add to all of our traders who are looking to get answers very quickly. And this will also benefit our trader success team, who can really focus more on higher level issues, things that a person really needs to respond to. So this should ultimately increase our capacity to support our traders on these higher, more urgent matters, while also reducing your time, the time that you might be waiting for either simple questions, again, through the resolution bot that are automatically providing you with what you need, or number two, if you do have an escalated issue, it's decreasing the amount of time it's taking to actually get that issue solved. So this will be out next week. We're going to be providing some updates to everyone, and we are looking for feedback on it as well. You know, this is something we're really excited about because I think it's going to create massive efficiencies for literally everyone involved in the funded trader, internally on our side as well externally with all of our traders and everyone in our community. But we are looking for feedback as well. So if you feel that, you know, there's some updates that need to be made, or you're having a negative experience with it, it's not working as you thought, or you think it's confusing, we would love to hear that feedback, because we're going to be iterating on it and continue to tweak it to make sure that it fully aligns with our community. So that'll be something that comes out next week. We have our dashboard hub. I know this is probably one of the most exciting things we've been working on. This will be coming out in August as well. We've been working with our development team. We're really trying to push it out this month, but we're not going to rush this or force it. So we're in the final stages of that right now, and we're really excited. It looks phenomenal. Just doing final testing there. And Angela, I don't know if there's anything you want to share on the hub itself before getting into the instant funding, but I know this is a product we've been talking about and everyone's eager for.
Yeah, I'll touch on the hub and the instant funding, then you could do the website design. So when it comes to the hub, guys, you know, myself, I've been kind of leading the initiative of the project because ultimately I've seen one of the issues is people want to consolidate the login of the WordPress site with the login of the dashboard, right? There's two separate logins. So now we're gonna have it's gonna be called the trade hub. Pretty much what that means is on the website, you'll click Trade Hub, you'll log in, everything you need will be behind there: dashboard, account overviews, announcements, newsletter, obviously purchasing challenges, competitions, leaderboard, profit share, where you can withdraw. Literally everything will be behind that one trade wall, or that one login wall. It's important for security, definitely helps us in regards to security. Affiliate will be behind there as well. It's just a better overall user experience. We had a developer put together an initial design for us with this. Wasn't too happy with how it came out. That's why I took the initiative to work with a designer directly to design it the way that we really want it to look. We have a specific look when it comes to all of our IG stories, our IG posts, all graphics that are coming out. I wanted to use that same designer to put this together, so there is some unity within our graphics and our trade hub. Took a long time, took 2 weeks, and that was fast just to design everything. Obviously the designer put in a lot of work over those 2 weeks, and then it took 2 to 3 weeks to implement things from the design into the code. At this point now, I'm just testing. I got an update today on the hub, so I need to sit down. I need to do some testing, which I will do this weekend, and honestly, I'm very excited to do the testing, to be honest. So it's going to be coming out in August. The goal was to come out with it early in August. Still confident, as long as I can provide the feedback to them that they need to get it out there in early August. If not, it'll get pushed more towards the end of the month, which is fine. But it's going to be a huge improvement, guys. And there was that hype video posted on YouTube. A lot of views on that one. Just doesn't show much, but shows some insight to some of the landing pages and whatnot. So it's going to be big upgrade, faster, more secure, unifying the logins. That's kind of the three missions behind us launching this. So that's the Trade Hub. Instant funding, obviously, we put out a poll in the community. We asked everybody, do you want we had four options. The main two that were voted on was the 10K and 25K challenges, and then the instant funding. More people voted on the instant funding. It was actually very close, which I was honestly surprised about. But the instant funding was voted on. I posted details about that in Telegram and Discord, what the rules are. We've already gotten feedback from you guys on what you want to see improve. So we have a couple different updates. I will say this, when that comes out, which will be more in September timeframe, which is about like a month or two from now, there's going to be a video explaining everything. Our knowledge center will be updated with all of the rules, right? We're going to be very open and transparent with exactly what the rules are and how everything works. As of now, we've just made an initial announcement and initial clarification on what the rules are. So just look out for future updates. It's going to be a good opportunity for people. Like ultimately what we're striving to do, we didn't do instant funding originally because transparently the way most companies do instant funding, bit of a sham, like to be completely honest with you guys. So we're trying to have very good pricing and obviously like good rules and whatnot, fair rules for the clients. If we weren't able to bring you guys the best pricing in the industry, wouldn't make sense for us to launch it. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. But because of the fact that we are providing a really competitive opportunity versus what some other companies are doing, it's the time. And like I said, with Deal coming out, it also allows us to do payouts more easily. So that's coming September 2022, and then I'll leave the website design initiative to you, Matt.
Awesome. Yeah, fantastic. So the website design, this is a huge project that we're in production with at the moment with a firm that is absolutely remarkable. We're gonna be sharing a little more about some of the work that they just did in terms of logo design for us. We'll be showing you guys a new logo, just an upgrade, I would say, to our logo. But they're basically taking our website and they're going to be upgrading it massively. And it's gonna be very interactive. It's gonna really enhance the brand. It's gonna be really fun we're really diving deeper into the kingdom theme and helping, the hero's journey and helping everyone, secure their kingdom and things like that. So, I mean, overall, this will be something that we're looking at probably early to mid October. We're in the wireframing phase right now where they're putting together the initial designs of the website. And then we'll actually go into the design process of it as well. We'll do some testing and then we'll actually launch it. So it's a multi-phase approach, but we're really excited. We'll be getting wireframes from them probably next few weeks. And we'll definitely be sharing more updates in our August community update. We'll be sharing updates on all these projects during each of our updates moving forward. But this is a big one because we look at our current website. We're definitely proud of the the design of it, et cetera. But Angela, we talk about it all the time. It's good for what it is right now, but we have a much bigger vision for what the funded trader is, what it stands for, how we're gonna be expressing ourselves to the world, and this will just be one more giant leap forward for us to really put us out there, and hopefully you guys really enjoy it too. We've been getting feedback from everyone on what they like about the funded trader. We just did the voting on the logo, and we'll show you guys the final selection we had. So it's exciting times, guys. Like I said earlier, and when you asked me, like, how do you feel about where we are today? I'm like, I couldn't imagine how much progress we would make inside of 5.5 months. And I know that we have about 5 months left of the year. I mean, where we're going to be in December is going to be mind blowing. We're going to have the new website, the instant funding, the dashboard's going to be released. And of course, we have so many other things we're working on as well. We don't share everything on this call, but it's an exciting few months that we have ahead of us, guys, and we're really excited to get the website design out the door.
Yeah, and that being said, just to comment on the resolution bot, right? With all these updates, the instant funding, us growing, the resolution bot is a big deal. Like it's the purpose of it is not to disconnect ourselves from you in the chat. It's to make your experience in the chat more streamlined, more enhanced, to alleviate a lot of the same questions that get answered to our support team. So to leave them with more energy to actually respond to clients who really do need to have escalated situations. So resolution bot is gonna be huge. The design, I mean, personally, if you don't look at the website and like fall on the floor because it's that good, it's not, the website's not where it needs to be yet, right? So that's why with us hiring this new company to help us with the branding and the logo and the actual design, I'm very confident that once this is done, people are going to come to TFT's site, and people know what TFT site looked like in the beginning, right? It looked very mediocre, right? Very, very much mediocre. Now it's better, right? It's where it needs to be. But we want it to the point where you look at this and you're like, this company is like crushing it. Like this company is organized. The designs are amazing. Like I'm personally love art. Like I'm very much into design. Not an artist by any means, right? But I very much have an appreciation for all of that. And just with the logo alone, I mean, getting into the next slide here, just with the logo alone, I'm going to go back. We're going to show you the logo in like one of the next slides. Such an improvement. The symbology behind it, the sleekness of the design, the weight of the font. I don't want to get too much into, nerding out about, design here, but literally so much better than our current logo now. And it's just the first step. Like, I want people to look at our logo and very much like some of our competitors. And it's like, this is sleek, this is light, this accomplishes what it needs to. But most importantly, this represents the company. Like when I see the logo, it represents our theme, it represents our name, what we are, what we stand for. And I think that we're able to accomplish that. So let's get into the next slide here, just Trade Hub 1.0. If you guys have not seen the Trade Hub video on YouTube, I would go watch it now. We based this video on a video from this other company that we actually work with. They put out a hype video for a new update they did, and I thought it was amazing. I mean, I watched the video and was like, this is awesome, right? This is something that if we had the opportunity to do, we should do. And we were in a position where Trade Hub's coming out. We have our editors, everyone behind the scenes, pass them all the ideas. They were able to put it together. It's 1 minute long, so it's not a long video, but it just highlights the main things coming out with the Trade Hub. So make sure you guys go and check out that video on YouTube. There's currently a giveaway going on with that video. We're giving away 3 10K challenges. That winner is going to be announced on August 1st, so in a couple days. So make sure that you guys go on that video. All you need to do is like and comment on that video using the hashtag TradeHub, and then you guys enter into the giveaway. We'll pick 3 people from that. So go do that now if you haven't. Next, let's take a look at the poll that was posted. So these were the 4 logos that they had come up with. Which one did you originally vote on, Matt? Be honest.
Honestly, I voted for the first one.
You did? Okay. So Matt was,
Yeah.
I personally voted for number 4. I voted for number 4. I think this was my second choice though. And then after looking at it more, I was like, this one actually kind of sucks. Let's go with that. Let's go with that one. So the logo is awesome. Like this is just showing you guys voted on this. This was like early on in the poll. I think 250 people ended up voting for this one. So we're just literally listening to you guys. Like it's not, again, not rocket science out here. And then this is a more final version with the actual font. Love how the font came out. Like this is like streaking to the side and the font's kind of going with it as well. Don't know what they do over there, but makes appealing to the eye, right? It's amazing to see the final result. We're still figuring out like the colors. I want to keep the color scheme as similar as possible to now. We have pretty much like purple and orange. I'm colorblind, so don't quote me on that. But
Are you really?
I am, yeah, I am.
Did
But
not know that, Dan.
yeah, so but I love the colors the way they are now. However, they appear for me. I love them the way they are now. So probably gonna stick to it. I think it's important that we don't completely change, right, the branding and whatnot. But again, logo gonna take us to the next level. Like once this is out, we'll probably do some merch and stuff just because of how good it looks. Maybe I get a sign behind here. Who knows? But yeah, this will be on the new website. This was phase 1 of the creative agency rebranding us, logo and then wireframing, like Matt said. All right, so Let's get into some stats and metrics. Let's see how we're performing over the last month. As we talked about earlier, total funded payouts 10,482,000. Obviously incredible number, up 2.7 million from June. So as you guys can see, we're gonna hit this number again within the next 4 months, 3 months. We'll hit 10 million again. That's why I had said, once things scale up, they're gonna start to scale up very quickly. So our target, like Matt said, is how do we do 10 million a month? If we're doing 10 million a month, literally impacting so many people, a lot of people are getting paid at the end of the day. We have a huge footprint in the world when we're coming to paying retail traders, more specifically prop traders, not retail. So it's just definitely a huge number that we want to continue to highlight again. Total funded accounts, 3,571. New funded accounts in July, 585. So obviously a ton of people are passing, but at the same time, there's not that many people. Like in the grand scheme of things, there is so much more room for us to grow in our space. And I continue to say this to myself, like Robinhood has 13 million users. Not to say that every one of those is day traders, but literally if we get 10% or 5%, if we continue to grow this community and just grow trading CFDs in general, there's a ton of people out there that are willing to trade. So I'll leave Matt with this slide. I've seen this word before, I must say. I remember us doing it. We did a whole lesson on this, so I'll leave this one to you.
That's right. And Angela, I don't know if while I'm doing this, were you planning on announcing the winner of the giveaway during today's session, or will that happen after?
It'll happen after. I'm gonna repost all of you on the story, so make sure you're posting on the IG story. Tag the funded trader. One person will win a 200K challenge. I'll look at this again after this and make sure that everyone that actually does it, we take note of you so you qualify for the giveaway.
Yeah, so feel free again for anyone who's asking questions around, hey, is there a giveaway? How do we go about doing it? All you have to do is take a screenshot of any slide. So if you haven't done so yet, feel free to take a picture of this slide, the next slide, and then you just tag us on Instagram. And that's how you'll be eligible for the giveaway. And then we'll make the announcement thereafter. So we'll go through it. So this is the part of the Nobility series. We obviously have an internal Nobility award that we launched last month, which is really exciting. Where we essentially highlight a team member at the funded trader. But in terms of this session, the Nobility series is how do we build noble knights, right? Like knights of the kingdom. And a big part of being a successful trader is becoming a successful human. And so early on, Angelo was sharing a lot of really amazing tips on how he handles his habits, how he enhances his energy, his mindset, right? And that is what is creating Angelo's success. It's showing up every single day with energy, performing at his highest, overcoming his psychology. And so in the Nobility series, we talk about a theme for the month. What's the one word, the theme for the upcoming month, for basically August? And that word for this upcoming month is arete. And this is probably a word that 99% of people have not heard of before. It's because it's not an English word. It is a Greek word. And this was really famous back in during the ancient Greek times. And what arete means is expressing the highest version of yourself from moment to moment to moment to moment. And so ultimately, you can never achieve this because we're never perfect in every single moment of our lives. But what this allows us to do is to really think about what is the highest version of myself. Angelo said the words earlier in this conversation that, him and I are very into self-excellence, self-mastery, and personal excellence. And that's what arete really is. It's personal excellence, showing up as your highest level. And so I want you guys to think in the month of August, how are you showing up in each area of your life? Because it's all connected. Everything in your life is connected. How you're eating, moving, and sleeping is connected to how you're performing in your relationships, which is connected to how you're performing in your trading, right? All these things are integrated. And the word arete is the most important virtue that anyone could pursue because it encapsulates everything. It is the ultimate virtue to prioritize in your life because it literally means in every single moment, are you reacting negatively to situations? Are you thinking about negative thoughts? Are you actually taking care of yourself? right? Are you doing self-care, self-love? Angela, you and I were talking about the other day about cold plunges. You just got one, right? A cold plunge. That's part of self-care, right? That's showing up as your best. It's not just a cool thing to have. It's very much rooted in Angela's physiology and downtime and self-care routines. That's an amazing thing to do. So I want everyone to think about, and Angela, if you can go to the next slide, I want you guys to be thinking about these 3 questions in the month of August, because knowing yourself, who you are at your best, who you are at your worst, and then closing the gap is what's going to get you from where you currently are to where you want to be. And it's showing up every single day, showing up in every single moment that matters. So you might take a few steps forward because you're showing up heroically, you're showing up as your best, and then you might have an off day and it's going to pull you back a little bit and maybe take a few steps back. That's all good. We are all human. But the question that you should be asking yourself every single day is, how do I get back to that level? How do I get back to performing at my best? And to evaluate what's going on in your life, to actually become consciously aware of the things that are pulling you down, the negative thoughts, the negative habits, the negative people in your life. All these things are affecting you and pulling you back. So cut the ties, figure out how you can continue to be more consistent at performing at your peak performance, at your best, and start doing more of those habits. Do less of the habits and things that are obviously pulling you back. And that's really the theme for August, guys, because if you focus on this concept, and I encourage everyone to just even look up, like Google the word arete, check out YouTube videos on it. It's a very powerful word and it's a very powerful mantra. Are you showing up with arete? Are you showing up as your best self in each situation? Or are you kind of being pulled down? That's what I wanted to end today's conversation with, is that Nobility Series theme, arete, know thyself. Who are you at your best? Who are you at your worst? How do you close the gap? And if you just do a +1 every day, guys, your life will be transformed and you will be a significantly better trader. And Angela, I just want to pass it over to you if you have any comments around this concept. I know I kind of shared a lot there, as we always do at the end of the conversation, because it's my favorite time to talk about these things. But I'm curious if you have any thoughts on arete and this concept.
Yeah, I mean, for me, guys, it's very simple. Talking about who you are at your best, who are at your worst. Ultimately, as traders, we have to really identify this. We have to figure out, how do we live in equanimity, right? How do we live in a balanced state of mind, a calm state of mind, where when we're trading, managing our business, but more importantly, managing everything in our lives, in our relationships, our personal, doings, that we're always operating from a place of calmness. Like, we're not becoming reactive. We're not becoming overly extended in what we're doing. This balance is ultimately what's going to allow you to go far, right? It's not about going fast. It's not about quick results. It's about the longevity of what we're doing. And there's many ways to state this. We don't need to say there's one right and wrong way to state this philosophy. For myself, I literally call it the universal bank account. How many deposits are you doing versus the withdrawals, right? If you're on a daily basis doing deposits, meaning, like Matt said, I have some forms of self care. Maybe it's the cold plunge, reading, meditating, working out, going for a walk, right? All these different things, eating healthy. Those are all deposits, into my mental universal bank account, right? If I'm staying up till 4 a.m. personally, if I'm eating unhealthy, if I'm drinking, if I'm doing things that are disruptive to my inner mental peace, my equanimity, those are withdrawals, right? The more that you're withdrawing than depositing creates chaos internally, in the mind, in your body, physically, mentally, all over. Ultimately, it's going to lead to much worse results in your business, in your life. I've seen them personally in my life, in my business. When I'm making more withdrawals than deposits, just make less money, have much less success. When I'm dialed in, a lot of deposits, I'm ultimately at the peak performance of who I am, and I'm killing it in every aspect of life. And it's not to say, like, to be perfect. Everyone's gonna have vices. I actually personally think having vices is important in life. Having things that you do that maybe aren't the best for you, but it's like releases, whatever. I just think that you need to understand which ones actually disrupt your being, to a point where you can't recover, or they disrupt your path. And if you can really hone in on everything that you can do that is good and is bad, and can continue to push you forward, you are going to make a lot of progress. And ultimately, what Matt is calling, you're going to close the gap between you and this goal that you're trying to achieve. That goal is going to be realized, and not only realized, that goal is going to then be compounded into another goal and another goal, and then all of a sudden you're going to be pretty unrecognizable, pretty much like TFT has been in the last 12 months, right? TFT is unrecognizable to where it was 12 months ago, and it's really because of this philosophy. So appreciate you, Matt, sharing these words. I mean, it's very powerful stuff. I remember the first time I heard the word arete, what the hell is this word? You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty loaded word. But hopefully you guys took something from this, learned something from it, and if anything, are just motivated by these words and these ideas that me and Matt personally live by. Definitely can apply to anyone, and can make a huge difference in really anyone's life. So I don't know if you want to comment any more on it, Matt.
No, man, it's so exciting, guys. I'm excited to see some of the comments on it too. People are pretty excited about this concept, and yeah, I love the withdrawals and the deposit. I think it's a wonderful analogy here, Angelo, and it's just something for everyone to reflect on. Right? There's always opportunities to improve, and that's when we think about our core values as a company, we're always trying to make things more simple. We're trying to make things more effective, and that's what this is for us. Right? There's a version of the funded trader that we know where we want to get to. We know where we are. There's this best version of the funded trader, and we're trying to close the gap. So everything that we're doing here, guys, as a company, and all the things we're sharing with you, here's our core values. These are the things we're working on. Here's the people that we're bringing into our community and why it matters. All this can be applied to your life as well, right? So we're talking about a company, but you guys can also translate this into your own personal lives as well. Same concept, same exact thing, the business of you, the funded trader of you, right? Like that's what we're talking about here, guys. So we really want to see you succeed. I hope you guys feel like, not only are we trying to build a really successful company, but we're also trying to build a very successful community. Like we really care about you guys leveling up in your lives. We want to see the world have millions and millions and millions and more people who are happier, more fulfilled, stronger, healthier, wealthier. Like that's what we're all about at the end of the day. And the funded trader is our vehicle for creating that impact. And we really appreciate everyone staying on this long. In a community update, we're super passionate about it. We get jazzed hopping on here. Angelo and I, it is like playtime for us. In a long week, this is the best time of the week is being able to jump on this with you guys. Again, feel free to reach out if you guys have any questions. Hit us up in the Discord. Send your resumes to hiring at thefundedtraderprogram.com. And Angelo, I'll leave it to you to close us out.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's this thank you slide here. So we do have some questions in the chat. So what we're gonna do 5 questions only from the chat. I already have a few that I want to cover, so we're gonna just finish it off with a little bit of Q&A, and then after that, we'll go our own way. So if you guys haven't posted this on your Instagram story to qualify for the 200K giveaway, take a picture, post it on IG, tag the funded trader. If you have a question, post it in the chat. Let's start off with question number 1. Why don't you allow copy trading one-owned trades to a second funded account? For those that don't know, we have the Royal Challenge now. You can actually copy trade to that account. So if you guys are interested in doing that, you can copy trade from a personal account to the funded account. You can copy trade from a Royal to another Royal account. All of this is in the help center. All the questions to this. So make sure you guys check that out. I thought this was a very good question. Is TFT moving over to A-Book and trading live money? B-Book firms will be dying out, I heard. So per the traders agreement, really what TFT is doing is we're just gathering data from all of the traders. I will say this, one North Star for our company, it's been our North Star for a long while, is to become a fund, to utilize strategies from the trading data, ultimately to make money with the data, along with operating, much like you kind of wrote here, like an A and B book, kind of broker. To clarify, we're not a broker at all, but in partnership with a broker, having this type of activity, very similar to how most brokers operate. So, being that our North Star is to start a fund, we recently, it wasn't mentioned in the presentation, recently are working on just a data analysis like project internally, to see, where there is alpha in our data, how we can continue to monetize our data, create new streams of revenue for our company. To answer your point, I do think it's extremely important to do this. I think the leaders in the space are, I don't think I know the leaders in the space are doing this. So that is something that is extremely important to us. And let's see another question here. Big up for Trade Hub 1.0. My question is, will we be able to do all the stuff within the Trade Hub instead of reaching out to support via email for anything like KYC or anything supplemental related, support related? So that's the goal. Everything is going to be able to be accomplished inside of the Trade Hub. The KYC, we're working on directly integrating it in the Trade Hub, so it'll be like in an iframe where you can just fill out the KYC and go through it directly at the hub, and then afterwards it'll say whether you're approved or denied. So the thinking is that everything, affiliate payouts, certificates, competition, leaderboard, is in there, and we're continuing to work towards the point where we don't require support as much. Like, even one thing that came to mind, Matt, is maybe for the TFT rewards, like there's a contact form now in the Trade Hub. Like, maybe we customize that contact form, or create a new form that's similar to the one we're using in ClickUp, so to automate that or integrate that process into the hub, right? So there's still ways that we want to mitigate you having to reach out to support to handle things, but for the most part it is going to be pretty much taken care of. So that's 3 questions. We're going to do 2 more, and then we're pretty much going to end the session here. Are regulations likely to affect your business? This is a great question. Honestly, today has been the best questions of any webinar. So that is a great question. Pretty much the answer to it is, as we're currently set up with the funded trader, there is no issue when it comes to regulation. I don't say that just as my own idea. We have regulatory counsel that provides us feedback. They evaluate the CFTC guidelines, the rules and laws within the US, and externally what we're doing. They've drafted all of our traders agreements, oversaw our entire website, right, making sure that everything's set up the way that it needs to be. So right now, definitely don't see any risks. That being said, Matt, Carlos actually messaged me the other night, and he's like, I came to this revelation, that we should try to be ahead of legislation that comes out around prop trading and put ourselves in the conversation and really just try to be a thought leader when it comes to this. And I think that is a direction that we are going to go in. I think sooner or later, the US, they are going to recognize, say a company's doing millions and millions and millions of dollars a month. I mean, it's going to get to the point where we're going to become a large entity in the country and in the economy. And ultimately, that's going to call for regulation. That being said, guys, look how long it's taking crypto to get regulated, right? I mean, crypto is mainstream, right? Everyone's using it at this point. Huge tax implications when it comes to crypto, and it has been a struggle to get things regulated. So really all we're looking for is to get into the conversation, to be involved. Maybe we're part of some sort of advisory board that gets appointed in order to lead like the legislation and fight for what we believe the regulation should be based around for prop trading. But again, we're very small niche, microcosm in this large machine that is the US. So I don't believe that there's any risks from what I can see when it comes to regulation at this point. And then let's go last question here. What drives you to keep yourself and TFT to high standards? So really, to answer your question, and I'll even let Matt finish it off answering this question as well, but I'll answer it first. What drives me to be motivated is I'm constantly striving, right, for this new best version of myself, right? I'm content with where I am. There's joy in what I do. But ultimately, I know as a human being, as a primal being, there's always a competitive side. There's always a side of me that is like, how can I be better in what we're doing, right? How can we achieve at a higher level? How can we offer better products? Whatever. So for me, it really just does come down to this intrinsic motivation that if I'm the best version of myself, if I'm ultimately translating that into our business, we're then impacting tons of people, right? Not only is our business making tons of money, not only the people are making money as well. Like there's tons of opportunity, and that's really what's most important. If our North Star is not directly impacting the clients, impacting the people, again, the business ultimately will crumble. So that's really why the standards are so high. As I'm seeing what all of you are saying, and really we're creating what the people want, and that's really what's most important. So I'll leave it to you, Matt, and let's pretty much close it off with that question.
Right on. Yeah, I think for me, it just comes down to we care. I think we just care. I mean, at the end of the day, we're having fun, and we really want to see this be successful because we know that we're a part of something that's bigger than just ourselves. I agree with Angelo. It starts for me personally. It starts with my own internal fire. I became activated in my life in my sophomore year of college, and I just had this moment where I realized I need to actually take control of my life. I can't allow, a college education or a direction to kind of dictate where I'm going. I was kind of just floating. I was kind of just getting by. And when I realized I need to actually take control of my own life and I need to be the author of my story. And so it started with myself and me realizing like I can absolutely level up and I want to be the best version of myself, but it's always rooted in service to others. I want to be the best version of myself because I know I can help more people. I know that it's going to be better for my family. So it's definitely it's connected for me personally. It's connected between me and then being in service to other people that I'm directly related to in terms of my family, obviously the funded trader, the people I work with, but realistically everyone and anyone. I mean, I connect with people every day just in normal day to day, and I'm consistently bringing the same level of energy, virtue, kindness, compassion in every interaction. Again, I'm really trying to just express and be an exemplar for what it means to be a good person, to be fulfilled. And I think for everyone on today's call, like we're all doing this for ourselves. Like we want to be better, we want to generate wealth, we want to create a new life, and that's amazing. That fire needs to be in there. No one else can create that for you. You have to kindle that fire and grow it. But the way to kindle it, the way to grow it, is to also connect it to something that's bigger than yourself. And that something bigger doesn't need to be this huge, hairy, audacious goal. It could be, I want to create a better future or relationship for my family, for my parents, for my brother, for my sister, for my spouse, my girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it might be, for my friends, whatever it might be. That could be the thing that is in service to others. So if you're kind of feeling drifting, a little bit lost, etc., my recommendation is to really sit down and ask yourself, why don't you have that fire? And is there something bigger that you can attach it to, something bigger that you could be in service to help light that fire and help drive you forward? That's what motivates me every day, is just waking up and being like, hell yeah, like we're making a difference. I get to work with Angela and amazing people, and I'm personally growing. What could be better?
Yeah, yeah. Ultimately, it's an amazing thing, and I like what you said. Like for me, Matt, when I had that revelation, right, that realization about accountability and what can come of it, my ultimate goal was, it was more immediately, definitely my family, but it was more, we're all the same, in my opinion. Everyone, we're all human beings out here, right, with emotions and all this, and I was like, if I think this way, and if I'm filled with this amount of joy, I mean, ultimately, I want to spread this to other people, like not even people I know, like really to anyone that's out there. Because again, like no matter where we live, literally we're all the same. We're all the same people. We're just in all different environments and all different situations and circumstances, and some of those things that we ultimately can't control. So I think that's why we're seeing TFT affect the world, so many people, is because for me internally, that's my belief is that I personally can impact anyone, right? That's ultimately what my belief is. So guys, thank you so much for joining the webinar. This has been one of the best ones yet, if not the best. I will say this has been an amazing session. Again, giveaways are going on. Make sure you guys get involved. I'll announce the winner of the 200K giveaway in probably like a half hour or so once I sit down and look through everyone. And we wish you the best. This month's going to be big, a lot of updates coming up. So can't thank you guys enough for all the support. Looking forward to everything that is to come of this. And yeah, thanks again, guys.
Take care, guys.